Crystal here, back with Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. So, I was going to go to another town and buy some Pokeballs in between episodes, but when I walked out of the building, well, let me just show you, and you can kind of see my home screen there. Let me just show you what happened. So I healed, and I walked out, and this happened. So I started recording, because I figured we shouldn't miss this. I did not expect it to do this. I thought I could just walk out and go somewhere else. Here they go. Sound off. 1, 2, oh, they're still struggling to count. 5, 6, 7, 8? Oh my god, they kept counting. So whoever went first must have been the one who said 7, because they thought, oh, we're just counting, 7 comes next. Oh my god, they're so dumb. Hey look, it's that kid again! Yeah, it is me. Any chance I can go past and just, leave? Thanks. Okay, I was gonna do this off camera, but screw it! It won't take long. And I wanted to show that. Okay, there should be Pokeballs for sale in here. Another thing I could do if I wanted to spend the money on it is I could use the cents to like help the bar go down for my shadow Pokemon. And maybe I'll buy some of those. I want to make sure I buy my Pokeballs in groups of 10. Because then you maximize your Premier Ball payout. Okay, that many should be enough. Maybe I'll buy some cents. I already have 5 of the middle one. I mean, that third one sounds kind of expensive. I wonder if anybody's calculated which one's more cost effective in terms of how many points of how much it goes down. Because of course people have calculated which potion is most cost effective. Because well, the answer, Hyper Potions changed at one point, because they used to do 200, but then they changed it to 120. But either way, I think Super Potions was still more cost effective. I'm not sure. Or maybe Hyper Potions were the answer when they did 200 HP. I'm not sure. But also people have calculated which repel is the best. It's Super Repel. Never buy Max Repels, by the way, because you're paying more dollars per step. But this, the description just says slightly, and then nothing, and then greatly. And then, if I wanted to experiment, I could buy one of each and see how much the bar goes down, but it'd be too annoying to calculate. So I think let's just go with the middle one. I can afford 4, let's grab 3. And then, I don't know, I suppose I'll just pick a random shadow Pokemon that I want to get purified and start feeding them. Let's see. Oh, C-Dot is so low. The others, not so much, because I've had C-Dot the longest. Let's do C-Dot. That is not the button, that is the PDA. Items. And then over here in the key items, all of the key items are the memos and then the cologne case. I feel like the memos also could have been merged into, a memo book or something. But let's try this. Ooh, that was a long pause. Had me worried there for a second. It was just frozen, and then we heard C-Dot's cry. It hasn't gone down that much. I guess they're not gonna give you too much, but let's use a few more of these. Yeah, that is a long wait, and then finally the cry plays. Down to the middle one, and let's see it. It's probably not gonna do enough. Like, even if I use all of them. Hey, what's that doing? Oh my god, it did work! Seedot can now be purified! Well, there we go then. I mean, we are here in Agate Village, but I did not prepare a nickname. So I think I'm not going to bother purifying Seedot in this episode. What I will do is we might as well use the rest of those scents. Let's go with Gulpin. Oh yeah, that is a long pause. I think I'm going to stop using the scents for now. Maybe next time I'll use them in between episodes. And I'll just do a spree of using those scents and tell you guys about it after. Because you do have to wait a while. So let's head back to the Cypher Lab. Let's see if these guys have anything to say. Oh, right. They are still repeatable. He's like, okay, then go home. I guess that one's at least caring. He said go on home before you get hurt. Wait a minute, this one didn't ask. This one didn't give me yes or no prompt. Well, okay. I mean, I guess I could use the experience. Or rather not experience, because they can't level up when they're shadow, but you know what I mean. I guess I could use the what do you even call it? The points towards the heart gauge? But it's not, they don't give you points because the bar goes down, not up. So, I don't know, I'm being really pedantic right now. I did not mean to battle this guy, so it's kind of a waste of time, but too late now. 7 minutes into the episode, and I haven't really picked up where I left off. I don't know, part of me is considering, like, I could scrap this episode and just, like, reload the save state from the beginning of this episode, but, nah. Bye-bye, Hoot Hoot. Oh, and bye-bye, Slack Off. Okay, good. He just had 2, though, thankfully. I'm not going to talk to the other guys in case they don't let me say no. Okay, I will go play somewhere else. I will go... I noticed just now that there is a door here as well. I never even noticed. 3 Pokeballs! Great! Because I needed more of those. Oh, wow. And more. And a Super Potion, okay. Anything in this dead end? No. I don't think hidden items are a thing in this game. Hopefully I'm not wrong. But I don't think, like, you have to click on nothingness. So finally, back into here, and I'm gonna go to the PC, and we're gonna drop off Seedot because he does not need the heart gauge to get lowered, and also it would be a waste to have him in the party. He can't gain experience while he's a shadow Pokemon. Also, that Numel is carrying a charcoal. That's useful. Can I get the item off him without taking him out. Well then, screw it. He can have his turn before Spinnerack. Because I want that charcoal. I might swap it over and give it to Houndour. Because, like, Null wouldn't even have a fire move right now because he hasn't had his bar go down as much. Plus, Houndour is already in the front of the party, so he's going to stay in the front of the party until either he needs to be switched out or until he's ready to be purified. So, there we go. Moving on, we can go back to exploring where I was last time. So yeah, if we head straight this way, that's where I went before. So let's keep looking around here. Okay, this door doesn't open from here. We can see some guys in the meeting room. And around here... Oh! Failure is going to send our plans off the rails. Well, they're finished with the research. Hello. Oh, okay. His name is Tekot. Okay. I haven't been commenting on it much, but yeah, the names in this game are weird. I probably commented on it like once and then haven't been mentioning most of them. Let's go with a Shadow Wave, and unfortunately these water types might hurt my Houndour, but I'm not going to switch him out. Let's just see what we can do. I mean, we've got shadow moves, so they're going to be super effective. Look at him walk! That animation is amazing. See, this is how 3D Pokemon games should be. Like, when they made the jump to 3D in Gen 6, it was cool for a moment, but the problem is, it could be better. You know, the Pokemon don't move much in battle, so these animations are just way better. And yet they're so much older. I hope Winds and Waves improves things to do with, like, the battle animations and all that. That's what I want Winds and Waves to improve on. Other people are asking for other stuff, but, like, I just want the battles to look more appealing, I guess? I don't know. Okay, I believe it said he has 3 Pokemon, so maybe the last one is gonna be a Shadow? Is it Zubat? I don't particularly want a Zubat, but if it's Shadow, I'll take it. Yes, I know it's in reverse mode. No, it is not a Shadow. Okay, Houndour, I need to call you. Okay, calling takes priority, I suppose, because it did go first. Yeah, that flying animation, that was cool. Oh, great, now you're in reverse mode. Okay, Sphere, call you, and Shadow Blitz the Zubat, I guess. Oh, Houndour is almost ready. Almost. Maybe after this episode, I'll, even if I'm not finished in this building, maybe after this episode I'll, head to Agate Village between episodes and purify Zubat, assuming it's ready by the end of this episode, and Seedot. Oh, this lift needs an ID card. Okay, so now I've explored everything on this section, so I can go back to where I was before. And yeah, I probably... Purifying is like, it's repetitive and we've seen it before. So from this point onwards, I will probably do all of the purifying in between episodes, and I will also like pick out nicknames and stuff in between episodes as well, and then just show them off at the start of the next one. Alright, this is where we were. So we've got another lift there, but we've also got this guy. And then more beyond him. This guy's name is Crink. Oh, a snow runt, okay. And a barboach. Barboach is such a forgettable Pokemon. I always forget it exists. I guess I'll just Shadow Wave them both, and then let's Ember the Snow Runt. And yeah, it showed this guy only has the 2 Pokemon, so no shadows from this guy. Oh, Sphere is so close as well. Sphere is so close. So she's probably going to get purified next time as well. Oh, Houndour is done. Houndour is ready. I just accidentally clicked Ember on the Barboach. That is not going to be... It's still dead. It was a crit. I'm curious how much damage it would have done if it wasn't a crit, but we'll never know. Okay, I'm not going to run back to the PC. Yes, okay, Houndour is ready. I'm not going to run all the way back to the PC just to swap in another Shadow Pokemon for now. I'll do that between episodes, but I will at least swap someone else into the front of the party. So let's have a look around here before I go to the other lift. We got lots of battles to go in here, but that's to be expected. I feel like newer Pokemon games don't do the whole evil team base thing anymore, where there's like a million grunts to battle. But like older games, you know, Kanto had both the Team Rocket hideout in the game corner, and also Silphco. And then, I know it wasn't Team Rocket grunts, but I do feel like the Lavender Tower gives me a similar sort of feeling when I'm going through it, where like you're just going through each room and there's a bunch of trainers to battle, but then again that's a bit different. And then I guess, what does Johto have? I'm sure Johto has... Well, there's the first time you meet the Rockets is in Slowpoke Well, which has a few grunts to battle, but it's like tiny. There's plenty of grunts in, I guess, the radio tower, I guess. I don't know. It's not as many as Silphco or the Rocket hideout in the game corner in the Kanto games. Definitely not. And then of course Hoenn has obviously Team Aqua or Magma's base, which then if you play Emerald you get to go to both of them, which is the version I remember the most. But yeah, I believe in Ruby and Sapphire I think they both have the base at Lily Cove, if I'm remembering right. Again, I hardly remember Ruby and Sapphire because I played Emerald more. Because, like, in Emerald, of course, Team Aqua has that base at Lily Cove, which makes sense because it's in front of the water. And then Team Magma has that base at, near Lava Ridge. Look at this feel! Oh my god! How dare you? I mean, really? Oh, I was kind of expecting it to say Sphere is ready, but it didn't. got an ether, or is it ether? I've seen people say both. Sphere was really close, I noticed, but oh, it's a tiny bit. So definitely after the next battle. Let's keep looking around here. Oh, so we've got another lift to... Oh, right, walking does it a little bit. So there we go, that's Sphere done. So let's switch in Gulpin to the front too. And let's see what's in here. Hello. Final adjustments are behind schedule. If they can get Crane to give up details, problems will be solved. He sounds quite obstinate and tight-lipped. Yeah, a kid in the lab? Hold still so we can catch you, kid! Okay, that's kind of funny. Kind of reminds me of the dialogue in, that Ranger game that I was talking about last episode. The one that Jaden Animations did a video about. I still can't remember if it was Gates to Infinity. Gates to Infinity, that's not a Ranger game. Shadows of Olmia, or Guardian Signs. One of them started with a G, that's what did Guardian Signs, not Gates to Infinity. That was... Gates to Infinity is a mystery dungeon game, which I actually never played. It's like the only mystery dungeon game that I've never tried at all. Because, you know, back in the day I had Red Rescue, and Blue Rescue's the exact same. And then, you know, there's Explorers of Darkness Time Sky, which, you know, I mostly played Sky, but I think at one point I also had a copy of Darkness that I played sometimes because I probably shared the copy of Sky with someone, but same thing. And then, yeah, I think Gates to Infinity, was it also on the DS maybe? It came next, and I never played it, and then there was, friggin', Super Mystery Dungeon, that's what it was. Also, freaking Shadow Tag. So instead of switching, I guess I will just... Yeah, I should go Super Potion. Regular would not do enough. There we go. But yeah, why was I talking about Gates to... Oh yeah, because I was looking for the words Guardian Signs and Shadows of Olmia, which are the names of the two Ranger games, other than the one that's just called Ranger. And one of them has really cool dialogue, but I was already going over that last episode. Whichever one is the one Jaden Animations made a video about, it's really funny. Let's just keep using Shadow Blitz. This guy does have a third Pokemon, so I wonder if it's gonna be a Shadow Pokemon. So cute the way Swablu hops. And, oh boy, that Beltoy is almost dead, and I still can't switch anyone out because of friggin' why not? So I'll probably have to just use a Super Potion. I guess that's what they're there for. No, let's not waste a Super. Let's just use a small potion. Right, I don't need a fully heal, Beltoy. Now I'm thinking about the Beltoy song. Pokemon, the anime did some crazy episodes sometimes. Like the times when they randomly did a time travel episode. Because if you don't know what I'm talking about when I mention a Beltoy episode, or a Beltoy song, there was this episode, I believe it was in the Battle Frontier era. Either that or the Hoenn, because I know he was with May at the time. I think it was Battle Frontier, but I could be wrong. It was obviously either Hoenn or Frontier because, you know, Beltoy exists. And yeah, there was this girl who had a Beltoy, and she meets this older woman who guides her to, like, they look for some treasure or something. And then at the end, the girl uses her bell toy, and they're able to rescue the old woman's bell toy, which it like just creates a cycle because the old woman was the girl grown up and time travel. It was crazy. I love the time travel episodes. I do feel like, you know, the only thing is the time travel logic is not always consistent within the Pokemon anime's world. Because most of the times when there's time travel in a movie or a TV show, it's like they pick one rule. There's two options. Number one, you can make changes to the timeline, you know? Or number two is where you end up like the timeline doesn't change, you create the same timeline basically, or like you were always gonna go back in time. Famous example, the Doctor Who episode Blink. You know, it all worked out because she was always going to give the stuff to the Doctor, and he was always going to send the stuff for her, but, you know. And I believe we've seen examples of both in the Pokemon anime. Like, the episode I just described with the Bell Toy is like that, where it was always gonna happen because it was a cycle. You know, the old lady's Bell Toy was only trapped because when she was younger, she helped her older self. But there are other instances of time travel in the Pokemon anime where they do change the timeline. Number one, there's this episode also in the, also in either Hoenn or Frontier. It's got May, and yeah, I think it is Frontier. It's because she has her Squirtle, and she also has an egg that's ready to hatch that becomes her Eevee. And yeah, May goes back in time, and basically there was this old grandma who they end up changing the fact that the man that she loved, he like leaves on a train, and so he never found out that the old woman was pregnant or something. So but then May was able to change the timeline because the old woman was like, if only it had been snowing or something, and so she made it snow and it delayed the train just enough so the old woman was able to tell the man, don't get on the train, I'm pregnant. So basically he gave up his dreams to stay and be there for her. Which, I mean, which makes me think they shouldn't have still lived in that town. She should have just gone with him to whatever city he was moving to. You know, why didn't she follow him to wherever? I don't remember. Maybe she had to stay where her home was. I don't know. The point is, she changed the timeline, and so in the new timeline, the man was always there, and then he helped the egg hatch. And there's another example in the anime where they changed the timeline, and it's an example in Pokemon Chronicles, of all things. There was an episode with Richie where he meets Celebi, and like there was this Nurse Joy, and like I just remember there was this bit where they were gonna tear down a building at the start, and then towards the end Richie thinks, oh no, they're still tearing it down, and he tries to stop them, and then they explain, oh no, we're not tearing it down, we're restoring it. And also this guy is the mayor, and I don't quite remember, but I just found it really cool that Richie, of all characters in Pokemon Chronicles, got a time travel episode. It was so fun. I miss Pokemon Chronicles. There was also that, like, saga that spanned, like, 3 episodes, maybe, where it followed the boy and girl from the Johto games, and there was this, like, adventure with Raikou or something. It was really cool. I used to have it on DVD, but no longer have it, which sucks because you can no longer find Pokemon Chronicles, like, anywhere. But, Chronicles was the best. I also remember this one episode. I'm no longer talking about time travel episodes, but there was this one Chronicles episode that had Misty and, oh shit, Numel killed itself, where there was Misty at her gym, and who would show up but... I always get Casey and Macy mixed up. The one with the one with the Chikorita, I think. I think it was the one with the Chikorita. Unless they did bring back the one from the Johto League. No, it wouldn't have been. It was the one with the Chikorita. Yeah. And there was this boy who showed up at the gym, and, like, he wanted to date Misty or something. So he was like, how about we battle, and if I win, you have to date me? I can't remember if she won or lost, but at the end, she said something like, well, I wouldn't have agreed to date you anyway, because there's already a boy I kind of like. And it's like, it's just hinting that she likes Ash, which, make of that what you will, because who else could she have been talking about, you know? Boy, this episode has gotten a little bit longer than my usual runtime, but that just happens sometimes, because I had to do these battles 2 in a row. I probably should have ended the episode before I walked into this room, but, oops. It's fine. You know what, it makes up for the fact that I didn't really make any progress for, like, the first 7 minutes. Because I was gonna go to the shop in between episodes, but then the thing with the guys outside happened, and I wanted to show that. And then I was screwing around with the scents, so yeah. But that is gonna do it for this episode. Between episodes, I will be going back outside because I'm going to purify anyone who's ready for purifying, and I will also pick out nicknames for them. So then I'll be able to show those off next time. Okay. Anything of interest in here? Yes. A Great Ball. We haven't seen those yet. Okay. So, next time we will have some purified Pokemon and some nicknames to show off, and we will continue looking around here. That was not the lift I came from. I still have yet to go in that one. The lift I came from was over here where there's a set of 2, and I came from this left one. So we have 2 different lifts to check next time. See you then.